Hello gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tanek127 and welcome back to another video. And guys, in today's video, I want to talk to you all about Dynasty Warriors Origins. However, before we get into today's video, I do want to give a special shout out and thank you to Koei Tecmo for hooking me up with a review key of Dynasty Warriors Origins on the Xbox Series X. And that's what you guys are seeing right here, right now on the video, is Xbox Series X gameplay. And guys, this game, it is buttery smooth, it runs gorgeous, and not to mention, y'all are looking at 120 FPS gameplay. Now, granted, YouTube's not going to show it at 120 FPS. We know that. But what I want you to pay attention to, right, in the video, because one thing YouTube videos can show is performance issues and stuff like that. You know, when a game frame dips and, you know, lags and all those things, all right? So I was recording this, playing it in the 120 FPS mode. I want y'all to notice that while you're watching the gameplay, there are no dips or anything whatsoever. It's running pure, clean, and fine. And this is with the performance mode jacked all the way up in this game. And it's awesome. It's awesome. I just could not believe it. Now, straight up, I'm going to admit I'm a newbie when it comes to the Dynasty Warriors series. I have not played a ton of Dynasty Warriors games. I've dabbled into the series here and there off and on as it's, you know, came out multiple times throughout the years. I did play a lot of the Hyrule Warriors games though on the Nintendo Switch. I did really enjoy that because, you know, I'm a big Zelda fan, but I have not played a ton of, you know, just the Dynasty Warriors games themselves. But I have always found these games interesting and a lot of fun for one big reason. You guys gotta remember something about me. At the end of the day, I am an MMORPG kind of guy. I love playing MMOs. I love seeing big, massive battles and stuff like that. I love farming and fighting huge mobs and fighting tons of monsters at a time. Like speedruns and dungeons are always an awesome time. Well, that's one reason the Dynasty Warriors series always appeals to me whenever I see it. Because, you know, you're this one soldier and you're going into these big, massive battles against waves and waves of enemies, and you're just cutting up hundreds and thousands of these guys. It's like when you're playing Kingdom Hearts 2 and you do the 1000 Heartless battle, but it's like having a game based on that. And, you know, it's an awesome thing. I freaking love it, and it just, oh my god, it makes me so excited to see. And it's just, you know, so cool, like I said, seeing all that action, the particle effects, and the enemies, not to mention the ragdoll effects of the enemies just flying up everywhere and being tossed left and right. It's so cool, and I think it's a fun and awesome time. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. When it comes to the story, I don't know too much about what's going on here right now because, like I said, this is just a first impressions. But I do know you are one of the soldiers. You are here coming to, you know, protect your village and stuff like that. There's an army coming to invade, and the game just throws you right into the action. So, like, you know, whether you're a first time player or, you know, or whether you've played this before, this game has an intro that literally says, we're going to show you what Dynasty Warriors is all about. And they push you right into it. You literally, there's a cutscene, they talk a little bit, you start playing your character, you run through the town just a little bit, and the next thing you know, you are getting attacked by enemies back to back. And before you know it, you are in the middle of a war zone just fighting hundreds of these boys at a time. And then not to mention, you get to take on a boss right then and there as well. And the way they incorporate the boss fights is, it's so cool. You know, it's not some crazy separate event, you know, where you just go to some weird looking obvious, you know, arena that's just, you know, you and some boss that has a bunch of crazy mechanics. No. This boy just comes and attacks you right in the middle of the war zone. You know, you're here, you're this badass samurai and everything. You are slicing these guys up and down, and next thing you know, here comes the man, you know, with the big weapon and everything. He's just looking at you and he's like, yeah, and he just comes charging at you while you got hundreds of other enemies around you. Oh man. If I sound like I'm fanboying a bit too much, guys, forgive me, because like I said, I have not played a ton of these, you know, Dynasty Warriors games, so me getting to experience something like this, you know, like really into it for the first time is pretty cool. Like I said before, I've only dabbled in these games a bit, but I just thought that, you know, was awesome. The way they just, you know, they incorporate the boss fight, like, you know, right into the middle of it while you're in this big giant war. Like, imagine, you know, you're doing like some PvP war in an MMO or something like that, and there's this dude you're rivaling with in another guild, and he sees you, you know, you fighting a few other people, and he just comes up to you out of nowhere while you're in the middle of combat, and he points at you, and he's just like, "You, come here, let's dance." That's literally how the boss fight went in this intro section of the game. And the guys, I just thought that was really cool. I thought it was really awesome. And then not to mention the combat is so fluid. That was one thing I like. With all this going on, the combat is still, you know, punchy. It's still actionist. You know, it still has that nice, awesome button mashy feeling, like Devil May Cry-ish kind of, you know, just slice them up and dice them up, do all kinds of crazy combos, just toss everybody around. Not to mention the abilities and finishers and crazy stuff you can do to these enemies. Man, I love it. All right, like I say, you know, it's not an MMO raid or anything like that, but guys, the concept, you know, of being able to fight just hundreds of thousands of enemies at one time, like I said, it's like doing a 1,000 Heartless battle over and over again. It is honestly just a great time. If you guys are craving something, you know, is a little different from your typical RPG, action RPG, you know, you just want like a straight up action game where you're just, you know, just going to town, killing enemies, diving into a pretty good story with pretty environments, good performance and stuff like that, guys, I would definitely recommend for you to check out Dynasty Warriors Origins. It is honestly one hell of a fun time. I am definitely going to be playing a lot more of this, and if you guys want to see me stream it, check me out at twitch.tv/Tanek127. Anyway, y'all enjoyed today's video, smash that like. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.